everyone.
What's up guys, Unofficial MCU here. Hope you're doing well, and in this video we have a bit of a pulse read on if we're going to be seeing more Loki in the future of the MCU. It hopefully seems so, but here's what Tom Hiddleston himself has to say into those regards. We're going to go ahead and hop right on into it. In this video we are going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. Some have begun to wonder if Tom Hiddleston is done playing Loki following season 2 of his Disney Plus show. It really did kind of bring full closure to his character, and if they weren't going to, they don't have to necessarily bring him back. But Loki season 2 has now come and gone, leaving Hiddleston's MCU hero now in an interesting place. After venturing into the TVA and harnessing the power to traverse time itself, Loki found himself beyond time and space, shaping what was once the sacred timeline in his own unique way. This ending to Season 2 felt like many of a natural end to Hiddleston's Marvel Studios story as a whole over the last 10 plus years, as it seems to completed the character's arc the fan favorite Asgardian had on since his debut in 2011's Thor. And so, let's pose the question, is Tom Hiddleston done with the MCU? While Loki Season 2 seemingly resolved a character arc for Tom Hiddleston's Loki more than 12 years in the making, the Marvel actor has assumingly still harbors quite some passion for his MCU role, and has now discussed the idea of retiring as the God of Mischief, or returning as well. Speaking recently on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Hiddleston admitted that it's been a journey playing the character of Loki, leading some fans to believe that the actor is implying that his run has come to a conclusion in the MCU, saying that, in quote, "The finale's conclusion to Season 2. It's also a conclusion to Seasons 1 and 2. And it also is the conclusion to 6 films and 12 episodes and 14 years of my life. I was 29 when I was cast as Loki. I'm 42 now. It's been a journey." Ending that quote right there. In another recent similar vein, over The Hollywood Reporter reporting on this, executive producer Kevin Wright to Loki on Disney Plus had recently likened Hiddleston's performance in the finale to a send-off, further indicating that the actor may have been treating this as his final goodbye to the God of Mischief, saying that, "I think his approach to that performance certainly was a send-off, and I think that we all felt that on set as well." Ending that quote right there. However, at the same time, Kevin Wright did clarify that this doesn't necessarily rule out Hiddleston from coming back as Loki in the future, whether that's sooner than later, saying that does not mean that we won't be having more Loki or stories within his world as well. When talking on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast recently with Josh Horetz about the possibility of returning, he did admit that he doesn't really know the future of the Loki character within the MCU as of right now, but did acknowledge that many goodbyes that his character has had over the years, and that is a very true factor, is that it kind of felt like Loki has been leaving the MCU for quite some time. Like in every other movie, he either dies or he goes off and does something else, seemingly kind of like it's like a send-off, or like it's a goodbye to his character. He says that, in quote, "Hiddleston, I of course don't know, and as we've discussed, there have been thank you notes exchanged between myself and Kevin Feige and Louis DePisto and Victoria Alonso. Me saying thank you so much for the role of a lifetime. I'll always be grateful for you." And they say, "Tom, you'll always be a part of the family. Come and see us anytime." And to which he had replied with, the interviewer, "And 8 years later is still playing this character." Hiddleston replied with, "Yeah, we just keep saying thank you, and so with that in mind, but I do feel very proud and satisfied with where we landed, because I think, as a team, we brought it in full circle, and it is this ultimate journey of redemption." Ending that quote right there. One has to remember that this is an actor/character that has died and come back to life multiple times in, like every other Marvel movie and project, as I had mentioned, times in the superpowered franchise, with Loki Season 2 seemingly setting the Marvel hero up for an exciting future, if for anything, moving forward. A further comment from Hiddleston himself had demonstrated that despite the finality of Loki Season 2's ending, a part of him is still willing to sit on the throne again of the God of Mischief. Hiddleston had stated he would absolutely want to play Loki for the rest of his life if he was offered the opportunity, as he said that on Tumblr, saying that, in quote, "If I was asked to play Loki for the rest of my life, would I? Yeah, absolutely." I mean, that quote right there, very straight and forward. Loki's show producer Kevin Wright told Deadline.com that he thinks that there are still many more stories to be told with Loki at the same time, as of by which we did cover here on the channel already. So it would be a shame if the actor called it a quits now. Kind of what it seems to kind of lead up to, I think, at the end of the day, is that it seems to be Tom Hiddleston's choice. Like, if he wants to come back, then he'll come back. And from there seems to still be plenty of stories for Loki and for his character to tell. Kevin Wright had also added that there have been talks with the Loki cast also regarding of where they are going in the future, beyond Season 2 and on Disney+. So the actor clearly remains enthused with his work alongside the Red Brand of Marvel Studios, saying that, in quotes from Kevin Wright, "We take it season by season, and there are certainly things that Tom and I and other cast members have talked about of where we see this going. And I know there's some excitement for that internally, but just from a storytelling standpoint, I think we always had conceived of Seasons 1 and 2 as a whole." Ending that quote right there, into the regards of that, like, when they were originally writing the Loki show, is that they wanted it to be 2 seasons. And if there's a story to tell for Loki and the other crew members, or not crew members, but cast members and characters in the Loki world and in the Loki show, then they want to do it. So, this all being said, the other question can be posed. When will Loki appear next within the MCU? At the time of writing this article, no official word has been released on where and when and why Tom Hiddleston's Loki will next pop up in the MCU. However, his return is almost surely going to happen in one of 2 of the next Avengers films, as Kevin Wright has recently also said that Loki Season 1 and 2 were just 2 chapters of the same book, and that there are other stories or new books yet to be written and to be told for the character, saying that to Deadline, saying that, in quote, that these are 2 chapters of the same book, Loki Season 1 and Season 2, and that Season 2 is finishing that book, and there are other stories to be told there, but I think that would be in new books, if not to play coy in that. Ending that quote right there, he says, "One of the most logical places for Loki to next appear would have to be in a potential 3rd season of the hit Disney Plus show bearing his name, Loki. However, unlike Season 1 and Season 2, they didn't end with a reveal of a 3rd season, confirming that, so it may be off the table. But as I had mentioned, another spot fans can likely expect the character to be deeply involved in is the next 2 Avengers films, Avengers The Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. So with Loki transitioning to becoming the god of stories now, or Loki who remains, his newly acquired reality hopping abilities to be a crucial as Earth's mightiest heroes, the Avengers, go up against a multiversal threat like Jonathan Majors' Kang. In the 2022's Avengers Assemble Alpha comic run, Loki took on a similar persona to one seen in Loki Season 2, the god of stories, existing outside of time and assuming that the persona of Avenger Prime. That rhymes. And okay, anyway, Loki, aka Avenger Prime, or the God of Stories, is then responsible for recruiting various Avengers from different realities, very similar to with what the What If animated show is, to take on threats to the multiverse. If Tom Hiddleston is in fact not done with the MCU, this could be something exactly of which Marvel Studios President Kevin Feige and co. would want to do and want to translate to the big screen. This would then see Hiddleston's God of Mischief to be the one responsible for finding heroes from different realities to take down Kang in the upcoming Avengers duology of Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty. Anyway, it's simply a theory and something I would love to see. And with that in mind, I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking in the comments down below. What do you want to see? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions and theories in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial MCU. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Peace out.